A journalist's courage, Dmitry Kholodov's pursuit of truth. Dmitry Kholodov was a journalist. He worked for a popular newspaper in Russia. It was called. Kholodov was known for his bravery. He exposed corruption. He focused on powerful people. He wanted the truth to be known. Kholodov investigated the military. He uncovered secrets. He found evidence of illegal activities. This made him a target. Some people wanted to silence him. They feared his investigations. Despite the risks, Kholodov persisted. He believed in his work. He wanted to hold the powerful accountable. He knew the dangers, but he continued his investigations. He was determined to expose the truth. Kholodov's work was important. He gave a voice to the voiceless. He challenged those in power. He fought for transparency and justice. His courage inspired many. He became a symbol of journalistic integrity. The Fatal Briefcase, unraveling the events of October 17, 1994. On October 17, 1994, Kholodov received a tip. It was about his investigation. The information was at a train station. He went to collect it. He thought it would be groundbreaking. At the station, a briefcase awaited him. It was in a locker. He had been given the key. Kholodov took the briefcase. He didn't know it was a trap. He was excited to see what was inside. Kholodov returned to his office. He sat down at his desk. He opened the briefcase. It exploded. The blast was powerful. It killed him instantly. The news of Kholodov's death spread quickly. It shocked Russia. People were outraged. They mourned the loss of a brave journalist. The attack was a direct assault on freedom of the press. Outrage and accusations. Russia mourns a truth seeker. Kholodov's funeral was massive. Thousands attended. They wanted to pay their respects. They also wanted answers. They demanded justice. Many believed the bombing was no accident. They suspected a cover-up. They accused powerful people. These people had reasons to silence Kholodov. The fingers pointed to the military. Specifically, Defense Minister Pavel Grachev was implicated. Kholodov had been investigating his department. He had uncovered corruption. This made Grachev a suspect. Public pressure mounted. People wanted those responsible held accountable. The government promised a thorough investigation, but many doubted justice would be served. Section 4. A Stifled Voice. The impact on journalism in Russia. Kholodov's assassination sent shockwaves. Journalists were scared. They felt vulnerable. They knew the risks of their profession. Kholodov's death made it real. Some journalists were intimidated. They censored themselves. They avoided sensitive topics. They feared for their safety. They didn't want to end up like Kholodov. Other journalists were defiant. They refused to be silenced. They continued to investigate corruption. They honored Kholodov's legacy. They knew the truth was important. Kholodov's death had a chilling effect. It showed the dangers of investigative journalism in Russia. It highlighted the lack of protection for journalists. It raised concerns about impunity for crimes against them. Section 5. Seeking Justice. The Trial and the Shadow of Impunity. The investigation into Kholodov's murder was lengthy. It was also controversial. 6 suspects were arrested. They were all military officers. They were connected to Grachev. The trial began in 1998. It lasted for years. The evidence was complex. There were conflicting accounts. The defendants maintained their innocence. In 2002, the court reached a verdict. The defendants were acquitted. The judges cited lack of evidence. The public was outraged. They saw it as a miscarriage of justice. The case remained unsolved. The perpetrators were never brought to justice. This fueled the culture of impunity. It sent a dangerous message. Journalists were vulnerable. Their killers could act with impunity.